at her sham.
Okay, I think it's on.
Yeah, it's on. What's going on, guys? This is Duck Boys Gaming here. I'm your host, Zombie Duck. Today, we have another Raft review for you. Yay! Raft review! Raft review!
Yay!
That's right, guys. And today, we are talking about... Hold on, I'm waiting for the title to come around. Go ahead, Zuko. Read the title out loud. Go ahead.
It's, I can't pronounce the first one.
Neither can I.
Kokori-san.
That's what we are talking about today, guys. This was, since I'm already talking, this was a struggle for me. I'm not really into comedies. Yeah, so because I'm not into comedies, it's just something about anime. I don't really enjoy comedies. But Amnesia Goose picked it out. Amnesia Goose loves this anime, so we're gonna let him go ahead. Oh wait, I forgot to do intros. And Amnesia Goose is here. Peking Duck is here. We weren't able to get a guest today. Stats Duck is out of town. He's on vacation in Thailand. It's pretty fun.
Awesome.
All right.
Jealous.
Wish I was in Thailand.
Okay. So let's talk about the vibe of the first episode.
I'm down.
Okay. So the first episode starts off with our protagonist. How do you pronounce her name? I don't remember how to pronounce the name. But anyway, so our protagonist is playing the Japanese game Kokori-san.
The protagonist is Kokuri.
Kokuri-san.
The fox.
That's technically the secondary protagonist, but he does most of the work.
He was my hero. I love doting dads, and he was like one of the 3 reasons. Hey, what's going on, Ian? Thanks for stopping by, bro. How you doing today? Go ahead.
All right. So she's playing her game, and she summons Kokiri-san because apparently, in lore, if you play the game by yourself, you summon the fox spirit,
Right.
who's supposed to answer questions, and he's supposed to play with you. Mm-hmm. But so she does so, and from the background comes a huffing, like a heavy breathing fox spirit at the door. Obviously, fox spirit has the ears and everything. Her immediate
Does look like an older gentleman though, like not like an old man, but like a 20-something-year-old like guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, Ian. We're just talking about an anime that we just watched, so we're reviewing it. It's what we stream on Sunday mornings.
Or afternoons, depending on how you look at it.
Sunday afternoons, if you usually wake up early. Ian, I know you wake up at like 2 a.m. for work.
Oh, yikes. Yeah.
So, with the whole, like, doting dad thing, I enjoyed that. I like how he cleaned out all her junk food.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, you have to eat 3 meals a day, 50 ingredients. He was like, say it with me. She just starts whispering it.
It's like, I don't hear you.
I like how defeated she was when he cleans out all of her cup of noodles.
Yeah, she felt so bad.
Kokina.
And then it turns out she had a cup of noodle collection,
Mm-hmm.
limited edition flavors, stuff that would never be printed again, essentially. And then the dude's like, damn, I didn't know it meant so much to you.
And I noticed how he said he disposed of it by returning it to the store. How did he return the limited edition ones?
I don't know. Like, also, where did he get the receipts? Like, what stores in Japan are just like, oh, you have
I'll take your random cup of noodles.
Bring it in here, I got you. Here's 5 cents.
And then can we just fast forward a little bit to my favorite character, episode 2.
Wait, because I vividly remember enjoying one a lot because,
he makes a joke about
no, it's not even the joke. It's the way they portray the main character.
Oh, the art.
Because the main character believes she's a doll. She's actually a human, but she believes that she's a doll because there's no one inside her house to be with her. Like, she's alone inside a house. She's a growing girl, and she doesn't have anyone to talk to. So she plays Kukuri-san to answer questions that she wants answers to, but also potentially to just have someone there to talk to, right?
Mm-hmm. But then when Kukuri-san shows up,
she thinks it's like a weird dude breaking into her house, so she just closes the door. It's
and
like,
locks it.
Kukuri-san, there's a weird person outside. It's like, I'm right here.
It's like, hey, don't invite me if you're gonna lock me out.
Let me in.
And then he breaks
he
breaks the gas and opens the door.
Yeah, I was like, bro, he just opened the door with you breaking the glass and just unlatching it. Like, that's kind of rude.
And then when he stays, she's like, all right, prove to me you're Kukuri-san. Answer questions. He's like, I don't know that stuff.
Yeah. He's like, Google's better than you, bro.
She's like, are you admitting you're inferior to a search engine?
I was like, no.
No. And then he goes and looks
up to a search engine.
And he breaks the computer.
It was beautiful.
Immediately.
Like, that show, it's really, to me, it's really funny.
The highlight of that episode is gotta be, well, the two things that I like the most about the entire show is the art style. You'll notice that when you're watching, when she's pretending to be a doll, she looks like a chibi-like character with like these blank little eyes.
Yeah, and everything's like really square.
And it's really square. It's like it's very doll-like.
Yeah, it's like robotic.
Robotic. Yeah, the way that she thinks her character is. And basically, whenever she like you touch into her emotions, or whenever like something happens that
she stops being a doll for a minute, she gets drawn as a regular human. Like, you know, when she's emotional, like during the part that we mentioned where he breaks in, she actually calls the cops on him, and when the cops come by, they actually take him away, and he doesn't show up anymore. And she's playing the game. She starts being really sad because of one person who would show up and like. Oh,
that's where you're a little inaccurate. After he gets pulled from the cops, he literally comes back the next day.
Well, yeah, but there's a whole scene before that.
Yeah, where she tries to kill him with a lightsaber. That's right after.
That's also what.
Same episode.
So in the first episode, there's also the scene where after he's gone for a while.
She gets depressed.
Yes, she gets depressed, and she's like, you know, why am I alone? All those questions, and it turns out he comes back not because he was stuck with the police, but because he went to go buy all the
ramen back. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So it's not incorrect. I wasn't factually incorrect at all. Like that happened right before that.
No, but she thought he abandoned him because she
things.
threatened him with a lightsaber.
Yeah, no, that scene was great.
She literally pulled out a lightsaber.
A legitimate lightsaber. Like, where do you get that? I thought honestly, where did she get her money? Like, is she like just a rich orphan or something? Like
they explain that she actually only gets like, I assume that she gets sent money by her parents.
Oh, so it's one of those things where her parents aren't dead, but they're abroad.
She gets like
alone.
500 yen, like
$5?
not like
it's $5.
Yeah, like $5 for like either I can't remember if it's a week or a month, but she saves all her money.
So she gets.
That's why she lives off cup of noodles. Because it's cheap.
Yeah, that's like 5 cup of noodles a month. How is she alive?
I think the real question is, where's Kokore-san getting the money to pay for her food?
Kokore-san's a fucking god. Like a fox spirit. They could just go over there, grab some stuff, and leave, and be like, oh, my cabbages got spirited away.
You know, it was so funny. And then she tried to say, like, he was like, after she tried to prove you're real, and then she starts listing all these reasons why he could be fake, and then he gets scarred.
So if you watch the whole anime, you get a sense that Koguri-san is going through a midlife crisis because he's not being worshipped anymore as a god, and he's just a fox spirit now. And you get the sense that this little girl doesn't need him as much as he needs her right now, because he needs something to take care of. And you know, I like that. I know they don't focus on it, so you really have to pay attention to pick up on that message. But
also,
they do the comedy well. I wish they would have emphasized that story a little more, because that's the part that I enjoyed.
Yeah, because you also noticed that he was talking about how she was the only one recently to go to the actual shrine and worship, regardless of the fact that the reason why she was worshiping is to curse people.
That's
A
fair.
lot of these spirits attached to her because she was the only one to show them some type of kindness.
Facts.
Except for that one who drank her blood, and then that was the end of that story.
Facts.
Was there a vampire?
So, what was it? So when she was taking care in one of the episodes, she was taking care of a Cyclops wing bat thing, and
Hated that episode.
because she was able to see, and
Around episode 5 or 6, she gets the ability to see spirits.
and then it was taken away in the same episode. But the part I really liked about it is the reason why it was taken away is because she couldn't help taking care of the Cyclops, and after it got fed blood, it could no longer really survive with people, coexist. That's the better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Because at that point he wanted to devour her, and while she's sleeping, it comes through the window and it's ready to pounce on her. And then another character you meet in the previous episode, which is like a gambling raccoon trickster. He's kind of like an older man.
The raccoon's introduced before the Cyclops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He said it was introduced before that episode.
And he's a really nice guy, but he's also a trickster, obviously, and he does cause a lot of chaos. Like the orphanage, they explain he goes to an orphanage that helps children.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, the reason why they're the orphanage is because of him to begin with. Which they reveal at the end of the episode.
He was the reason the orphans became orphans.
And then basically all the characters like, you're the demon. And but yeah, so he saves he saves her from this winged Cyclops. And basically, he gets cursed in the process. Because as he was dying, slashed him in the face, and now he has a scar starting that episode. What else we got? Introduction of Sam's favorite character. We wanted to get to that, right?
Well, we kind of skipped over it.
Yeah, we did. Let's get to the introduction of Sam's favorite character, which is the dog girl guy.
The dog spirit.
The dog died as a puppy, so it can't remember its gender, so it's constantly flipping genders throughout the series, and I love it.
Living trap.
His name is Inugi. Which
Inu-
is dog in Japanese.
Inugami.
Inugami.
His name's Inugami.
Which is dog in Japanese.
Yeah. And apparently they're actually cursed spirits. Whoever their master is or whoever they choose to haunt gets like shitty luck. And slowly.
I love how he treats her like a magical girl
Mm-hmm.
and is just infatuated with her.
He's also, he's straight up infatuated with the little girl. Because when he was alive, she lifted the puppy and she was the only one to like show the puppy love in some way. But she didn't take it home. Eventually the puppy died. And then Inugami happened. So everyone's got like a slight like sad background or a background that adds to the story.
Sorry, when you said Inugami, I just immediately thought about that yokai spirit of the dog that's like, famished, never fed, and buried to its neck, and food is hung in front of it until it tries to go eat it, and like in the moment of it like trying to eat, it either cracks its own neck or a person cuts off the head, which gives birth to an Inugami, which is like a monster dog head that is ravenous and always hungry, that floats around and eats people. Like, that's the only reason why I was like, oh my god, there's an Inugami in there.
Yeah,
that's
through lore,
crazy.
Through lore, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not the same Inugami.
It was not.
It's just named Inugami, but not the one that I'm thinking of.
I mean, he's always hungry for her affection.
Yeah,
well, that's fair, but he's not a severed head.
Facts.
Because like, I was just thinking, like, was there a severed head in the show?
And for some reason, he carries guns.
No, that's fine.
Don't ask why. Don't know how. but he
Listen,
has guns.
A dog has to be prepared for anything in these days and ages, you know? Like,
yeah, and Kokori-san and him do not get along. It's funny.
I love the episode where the little girl goes to the dog and is like, "You need to be nicer to him. He's getting bald spots."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
It was a great episode.
So, in terms of, instead of just going through, is there any other characters you want to introduce, or do you guys want to go to the impressions part?
There's a cat lady who's interested in dolls.
And then
I didn't really care too much for her.
Neither did I.
I was watching the episode with you just a minute ago.
Yeah.
She's just infatuated with the fact that she's like a doll.
A doll, yeah. She's obsessed with dolls, but she's into creepy dolls. The two dolls that she shows are like, their hair grow, their eyes are black, and they're pale skin, like a.
Yeah, and to be honest,
haunted
though,
Japanese
if I
doll.
was into haunted Japanese dolls, the main character would be perfect for my collection. Because
Exactly.
she looks and feels like a haunted Japanese doll, but she's actually a person. But at the same time, like, if I was a spirit and I didn't know they were a person, I'd be like, that's a haunted Japanese doll, right in my collection.
No, I think another big question is, how the hell did Inugami and Kokori-san manage to get into the school as students?
Honestly, like, anytime that happens in an anime, I just think, oh, there we go, there's the plot. There's a plot hole right there. How did they get in? Not really a plot hole, but like the trope that I just like.
Yeah.
This 25,000-year-old spirit somehow registered into elementary school today. Like how?
Because that basically the whole premise of that episode was the transfer student was trying to make friends with
Main character.
with the protagonist.
Protagonists.
Oh, Kohina. There you go, Kohina. Protagonist
Bonus.
Kohina. So she was doing a bad job because what was it? Tsundere?
She's tsundere. Yeah.
Yeah, she's tsundere.
The one is like, I don't care, Baka. I love you.
Yeah, and she's that type of character, so she has a hard time making friends.
I fucking hate that.
I think that's what I appreciate about it, though. She can't make friends because she has that personality.
Well, that's fair, but I just hate tsunderes in there.
I understand. That's. But I feel like basically it's justified that she has the way it is.
Yeah.
So she tries really hard, and then later on when they transfer into the school, because Kokori-san's like, I'm gonna help you make friends, and then realization, Kohina goes, oh, by the way, people, it's been hard. I think it's probably made it harder now that you guys, the adult people that are obviously adults that everyone knows about, are hanging around me. It's been harder to make friends.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna try to make friends with me now.
I wouldn't.
And
Let's
then
be real here. If I was
Kokori-san was like,
if I was like, what age is she? Like 12?
no,
8?
she's like kid, like
So like 8 or 7.
it's like yeah, 7, 8.
So like if I was a 7 or 8-year-old child inside school and I look to my right and there's normal children, I look to my left and there's a girl who acts like a robot and surrounded by 2 adult males and 1 adult female maybe, depending on the day.
Oh yeah, he transforms right in the middle of class, and people go, "What just happened?" And then Inugami goes, "Oh yeah, I can do that."
Yeah, and then I'd probably like it'd be cool to talk to them, but I'd be intimidated because of the fact that they're giant adult ass people.
Kokori-san literally smacks him with foxfire. He does that.
And then I would not talk to them either after the fire happens, unless if I was like a kid that really liked adventure. Maybe,
Another
like,
loophole. Guess what happens? He manages to get them to believe it was normal. Somehow, some way. He gave X reason, and X reason was good enough.
No worries. That just means that people work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
the thing is, it's more lenient. I'm more lenient on these kind of things because it's meant to be a comedy.
Let's stop talking about each episode individually, because and talk about. Let's talk about the series in like
yeah.
Like
so,
what aspects of it do you like, etc.
I feel like we said before, the art style is great in terms of the transfer between how they draw the characters, specifically the protagonist, during emotional states. Then I'd say, who is it? How dad like Kokori-san is. I love that.
Yeah.
He's a great dad. Remember, It's important to have 3 meals a day, 50 different ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite aspect and your favorite character, Mark?
My favorite character is Kukuri-san because one, like he insists on her not eating, common ramen noodles, and like if I were a person who had the ability to, fix that, and I see one of my friends eating just ramen noodles, I'd be like, oh hell no. I did the same thing that he did,
Yeah,
confiscate and then feed. But then, um, some of the aspects I do like, it's the art style in general isn't bad. I do like the art choices that they make for the main character, like you said. When they're a robot, they're drawn a certain way. When they start feeling human emotions, they're drawn like a human. Like I thought that was a really cool touch. Overall, the anime very much feels like a like early or like early 2000 something. When did it come out? 2000.
this is actually this is
2010, or is it
no, this is like
or is it earlier?
15. No, it's actually
Like it's
later.
15.
It's actually later.
The art stuff, like for some reason, when I see Kokoro-san in human form, like his art style reminds me of like early 2000,
2014.
2014. It reminds me of early 2000s and very early 2010 because of like the hair. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like the art style to me looks older than how like it is when it got released.
It's still
Yeah.
smooth though, the way they do it. So
It's not bad. What's it called? And being a comedy, I think the jokes were fine. I enjoyed it a lot.
all the jokes you'd expect to be made with a 3-4 adults raising hanging out with a small child, they're made. All of them.
Yeah,
all of those
the
jokes are made.
They weren't afraid to say like, "This guy's a predator. Call the cops." And like, that was in the first episode, and I really appreciated that. It was really good. I enjoyed that bit of the comedy. And another thing that I enjoyed about it is like each character has like a very nice distinct feel to them.
Exactly.
So they don't really like bleed into each other. I just don't like Tsundere, so fuck that. Tsundere
She's not
character.
too primary, so.
No, yeah, she's not at all a character that needed to be there. Fuck her. Anyway,
Chloe didn't like her either.
good.
she
I'm
agreed.
glad, Chloe.
Yeah, she was watching. I remember.
What about you, Zombie Duck?
Well, I gotta be honest though, beforehand, the relationship between Inugami and dog.
The dog is Inugami.
Oh, okay, then Kokori-san. So I was thinking. I feel like they have a great relationship in terms of rivalry. Rivalry for the dog, and then parent-like for Kokori-san. But the how do you pronounce the name, dog? Inugami. Inugami. Yeah, let's just look at it at this point. So Inugami is so overprotective, but he wants to let her do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kokori-san. There was a moment where they fought, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, that's PUBG. Because you just see Inugami shooting him with pistols, and then he responds with hitting him with his weapon of choice, his pan.
I love that scene.
I
He was just deflecting bullets with the pan.
With a pan.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, look, PUBG. Because a friend of ours talked about PUBG yesterday, and I just thought of that as soon as I saw pan and bullets. But yeah, I feel like the relationship between, like, the chemistry between each relationship is different. So, and I think they do a very good job of separating how the chemistry of the group works when one of them's not there.
Yeah.
And when they're all there, they have a different personality. Like it's always different, and always like I feel like it's very accurate as to what a friend group would be like, or how you act towards certain people and with certain people. What do you think, Sam?
I think we're discussing what we liked about it, or what we.
It's anything goes.
It's literally I was asking if what stuff you liked about it, like what are your impressions of the first couple episodes, and then we went on to all the episodes individually.
So we're good on that part.
Okay. I like the subplot. I don't really enjoy comedy anime, so I didn't care for the comedy. I didn't laugh at all.
That's right.
That being said, I think this anime does comedy well because it has so many tropes in it. It could literally appeal to anybody, uh, regardless of which comedy trope they're into. As long as you're into comedy anime, you'll find a trope that you like in this one. That being said, I enjoyed the subplot of a spirit slash god going through a midlife crisis. I thought that was awesome, and just attaching to this little girl who couldn't take care of herself. And then they draw her in such a chibi like doll form, and it's really cool because her whole life is spiraling and changing. The second Kaguri-san decides to be like, I'm gonna take care of this girl because she can't take care of herself, and from that point on, all these spirits start coming into her life. And like, what would you do if you just started seeing ghosts in your house every day and you had ghosts taking care of you? You wouldn't know what to do.
You'd be confused.
You'd be confused as heck, and that's exactly what she was. That's why I thought she was in a chibi form the whole time, because she was so distraught and confused. I hated the raccoon. I probably hated the raccoon about the same as I hated the cat. I was like, these characters are, I think the first time I laughed was in the last episode when the businessman walks up behind Kaguri and he's like, "You want that ramen? I can buy that for you." That was the first time I chuckled. And then you see Kaguri-san seconds later drop kicking him out of nowhere, and she just looks at Kaguri-san and she's like, "Where did you come from?" And he's like, "I was watching you from the shadows. How dare you try to buy that ramen with my chicken money?"
With my chicken money?
Because she was going to buy Kaguri-san a bucket of chicken. It was great. But that was, yeah. Those are my thoughts. I enjoyed the subplot more than the comedy.
I think they did a good job with subplot.
Yeah. I mean, I have. That's basically what I felt for it.
We can give our overall ratings if we're done talking about it.
Do you have anything else you want to bring up other than specific episodes?
Let's see.
Because you could talk about each episode for a long time.
I could. Yeah, I'm just gonna you guys do your overall.
What did you say? You're coughing a lot, so.
Oh. Good.
No, I mean, like, I don't know what you said.
No, I'll let you do your overalls real quick.
Okay. So, what criteria do you wanna do the ratings for? Because like, there's art, there's plot, and then overall. Is that what you usually do?
Yeah, art, plot, overall.
Yeah. So personally, for me, the art is solid. It's not the best anime I've seen animation-wise, but I do like the art direction they do for certain things, so that gives it a boost. But overall, like, if I compare it to every other anime that I've seen in 2014 and later, or even before that, the animation is average. It's not better or worse than anything, but there's nothing that makes it like an 8 or a 9 or a 10. Because my 9-10 would be like Demon Slayer art, like that's really good. And then before and My Hero Academy, because My Hero does a lot of really cool animation scenes. I saw clip. I don't watch Black Clover, but I saw clips, and that thing has really good animation. But the plot is like super tropey, so it's not bad, but like it's very predictable. So this show is definitely like around a 6.5 because of the art direction. It's better than average, but it's still average. The plot though, for me, I enjoyed it a lot. For the first 4 episodes that I saw, first 5 with stuff happening once in a while from watching him watch it later. the plot isn't bad. I enjoy the plot. It's a very cute plot that like there's very little discourse on it, and anything that I thought would be weird was addressed with a joke, and it was really funny in my opinion. The whole him being taken away. Oh, he gets called while he's inside in the shower.
Yep.
And then she's like, "Hello, police," and he shows up and he gets dragged away. I think that was great. So yeah,
he shows up blushing like, "Why?
Yeah.
Don't call me in the shower."
He's like, "What a pervert."
Yeah.
Oh
It's
no,
like-
that's not what set her off.
No,
What set her off is after she says, "Don't call me in the shower." Walks up to
And he
her.
just pats
like-
her head.
I was like, "Did you want to take a shower with me?"
Yeah.
If so, the answer was yes. And then
Yeah,
she picked up
that's-
the phone and go,
It's
"Police."
like, it's like whoops. But yeah, that's I think the overall show for what it was, a comedy show about like these spirits take care of a little girl who doesn't believe that she's a little girl and just a doll. I think that it was a pretty solid, like, I enjoyed the idea behind it and the way they tackled some stuff, so I would give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10 for plot and like just story advancement and characterizations and stuff. So overall that's like 6.75. So let's just round that up to a 7 because I feel like it deserves a 7. Like the art was meh, but like everything else, I feel like it's a 7. 7's a good number for it. So a little bit above average, and a little bit below really good. Really good.
Cool.
For me, anyway. Yeah.
Oh, Amnesia Goose?
For me, I don't really care about how art looks particularly. All I care is how it's really used, and I felt like they used it very well. They may have stuck to a more basic format in terms of character design, but the way they transition the protagonist character to make us look at the different emotional states she has, and when she's like when she's acting like a doll and when she's being a person, that was very creative. They use their art well. I don't really care too much about how detailed or how in particular they were about their details.
Their details were completely fine. Like I
Yeah,
said,
they were.
average.
Yeah, they were fine
They
to
were
begin
just
with,
average,
but like,
yeah.
I don't see the like. I don't care about the average look to it. I like about how the art was used, and the art was used very well.
Yeah.
I'd give it an 8 in art, specifically just because of how they used it, not necessarily about how it looked. What's the next category?
There's art and then there's plot. That's
Plot.
usually what we usually do.
Yeah,
And then
right.
overall.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forget a lot. That's why it's amnesia.
We could also, if you want to add other stuff, you
Oh,
can.
yeah, I'm gonna add some stuff.
Yeah. So, in terms of story, slow. The story is very, very slow. It's a very slow progression. But you do get a lot of added characters very quickly and consistently, and they're always given a quirk, like we said before, that doesn't really mess with the rest of the. They don't bleed into the other characters. Even the cat girl, even though she kind of has that same Inugami feel of possession, she doesn't quite come off the same way, and it works because they're all trying to kill each other in the end for her. So, in terms of plot, it really took a back burner. Slow progression, but when they did use it, it was very good. I'd probably stick around that 6-7 mark. So I'll say 7. No, I'll say 6 actually, to be honest. The comedy carries the show majorly. That's why I feel like Zombie Duck didn't quite get the same feeling and enjoyment out of it. But I know I enjoyed the comedy. It was well written in terms of jokes. A lot of the jokes are long-winded. They have a couple minutes for them to like reach their maximum capacity of hilarity. I just overall the writing was good, but the plot took the back burner. That's why I'll give it a 6.
Sure. And then your overall.
Overall, it's personally just like I said, comedy wise, it carried the show, and I enjoyed the comedy a lot. They did a very good job. So for the sake of like just comedy, I would give it like an 8.5.
Cool. Okay, cool. Alright, guys. Well, I'll start with the art. The art was average for 2014. It wasn't anything special. It was they used generic art that most anime used in 2014. So because of that, I would give it a 5 out of 10. I did appreciate how they used the art on the protagonist to show us when she was acting like a doll and when she was acting like a person. So I appreciated that, but it wasn't. It didn't. It wasn't anything special. So I'm gonna give the art a 5 out of 10. For the story, no, for the plot rather. There wasn't really any plot. The anime does one thing really well, and that's the comedy. That's the only thing they make a true attempt at, is to make you laugh, and I appreciate that. But as far as a story or a plot goes, there really isn't any unless you're looking for one, like I was. So for the plot, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10, because you really have to dig for that plot. Other than that, it's just joke after joke. I'm gonna give it a comedy rating, and I would give the comedy rating a 9 out of 10. If you're looking for a good laugh, you can sit down, put on Koguri-san, and literally pick an episode. Don't have to watch it in order. Just throw an episode on. It's like an episode of Seinfeld. You don't have to watch it in order. You just watch it to laugh. So it did comedy really well. So I'll give that a 9 out of 10. My overall feeling for the anime, I guess the average of 2 5s and a 9 would be
That's around
like
a 6
a
point
6,
something,
6.3. Yeah, so I'll give it a 7, because I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt that someone who enjoys comedy would enjoy this anime. As someone who doesn't enjoy comedy anime, I just didn't enjoy it. But I'm trying to remain as objective as possible, which is why I added that comedy category.
That's fair. Comedy would be a solid 9.
Exactly, and I didn't want to take the categories we usually use and just apply them to this comedy anime, which didn't.
Because it doesn't work too well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I
gag manga. They just don't focus on plot.
Exactly. That's why I added the comedy category for this anime. I thought that was the best way I could go about it. So that's how I felt about it. I'll give it a 6.8, 7.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if
we still have some time, you don't have to talk about the specific anime, right?
Yeah, I mean, what else?
Oh, because we still have to. The reason I brought it up is because we also can take this time to talk about either this upcoming next session for D&D, which is 2 weeks from now, or we can talk about the next anime we're gonna review now, so that they can watch it with us. Whose turn is it to pick?
Who picked?
It's your turn.
Stats.
It's your turn.
Oh, he's not here.
Right, Stats is he'll be back on Tuesday.
Okay,
but no, yeah, let's have you pick and we'll just swap your weeks.
Okay, so I was just gonna say, we've been doing series and small impressions, so why not do a movie now? What movie did we think about? It was either Wolf Children or what was it? Was it just
Violent Evergarden?
Is that a movie?
Yeah,
there's a season in that a movie.
There is?
Yeah.
Sorry, the one where the kid makes shoes.
Oh yeah, that's the one you said you had.
I have a manga and there's a movie. I can't remember the title.
Well,
if you give me a minute, I will.
Were you thinking about Enter the Fortress?
What? No. Oh, we were thinking about that as a joke because Enter the Fortress has animated and anime scenes in it because of the whole thing with If you guys haven't watched Invader Zim movie on Netflix, go ahead and watch it if you like the comedy from Invader Zim, because it's basically a whole series wrapped into a movie and it's beautiful. For me, there's very little wrong with that movie, comparing it to Invader Zim. show.
Like it is pretty faithful.
That's faithful to the source. It's directed by the person who made it. He also voices characters in it, Johan or whatever his face is, and like that Invaders Zim movie is like top tier '90s comedy. Like all the stuff that made comedy back then really good, they brought back into this special, and that special is
Garden of Words.
Garden of Words. Okay, so there's the Garden of Words movie or Wolf Children, and I don't know which one to choose because they're both really interesting.
Whichever one you don't pick, I'll pick. So
Okay.
we'll get to both.
Let's do Wolf Children first because it's been out for so long and I have not seen it yet.
Yeah.
And I know that it's like emotionally like they're gonna beat you up with your emotions and like make you cry. At least that's what my friends told me.
Okay.
And I'm pretty hyped to watch a movie that's like emotional because like it's been a while watching a movie like that.
Okay.
The last one I remember watching, not in terms of like time, but just in recent like when the last movie I watched was Grave of the Fireflies, and that movie is like a fucking punch in the dick. Like you feel like you're gonna be like happy at the end, and you're just like, well, that's not reassuring. But yeah, so the next time we're gonna show up, we're probably be watching. Oh, for the reviews, we're watching Wolf Children, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Wolf Children is so good. I have watched it multiple times, and I can't wait to watch it with Peking. It's gonna be lit.
Also, Kuguri Kukuri-san is on Crunchyroll. That's where we watched it.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch it and make your own opinions about it, go look for it. Crunchyroll. It's spelled directly how it is. While scrolling through, so you can take note of that. Again, I liked it as a comedy, and Amnesia Goose fucking enjoys it a lot, and I can see why because the comedy is on point. But yeah, if you guys want to watch it and tweet at us, let us know how you feel about it. Tag us.
Yes. We're gonna update this overlay that we have right now, so it's gonna have our socials on there in the top corner. That way, you guys can tweet at us while we're discussing it, and then we can take your discussions and yeah. So Wolf Children for next week. I'm hyped. The week after that, I won't be here because I'll be on a business trip.
Oh, so Stats is also gone?
Stats will also not. So if you guys do pick something fun, and
we'll have to do it at my place or your place.
Yeah. I'll be listening though.
Copy. You should watch anyway, and just like
just start typing. Nah, I'll be at work. So.
But yeah, where he's like, shh, I have to review an anime.
You just see like a wall of. You'd be like, it looks like Zombie Duck's still here.
Zombie Duck has an opinion. A wall of opinion.
Oh man.
And
he's a doctor.
I have a doctorate in anime reviews, guys.
If you guys want to see the one shot, it's on Twitch. Nobody did last night. The videos.
That one shot was a lot of fun. It was also
a lot of work.
A lot of time-consuming effort. I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did. I almost feel like I enjoyed it more than the player.
Hey man, and you knowing everything that's happening really adds to the level of like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I kind of I did the intro without you guys there, so I could fill in the audience so they could be in the same level.
Same move.
Yeah. Like, is this happening? Honestly, Renee Morgana, he played that character so well.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, she's a slut.
if I gave him he couldn't at level 3. They don't have teleportation magic. But if I could have given him teleportation magic, his plan would have worked flawlessly.
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
Yeah. All right. I mean.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah. I think it's a good time to sign off. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and make sure you eat good food. Remember, 3 meals a day, 50 ingredients.
All right, guys. See you later.